Hey guys, welcome back to EmpireCV.tv, and here we are on another Tuesday, gearing up for Wednesday, which is of course our holiday and the day when all of the new books are coming out. There's actually quite a few good ones this morning, but first I posted on Facebook. It was kind of a last minute impromptu thing. This, from November 1st through November 30th, is National Novel Writing Month. So if you guys haven't been to the website, if you're at all interested in writing, go check it out. You have 30 days to complete 50,000 words of a novel. Sounds pretty simple, at least I thought it did when I first started. It's really difficult. I decided last week I was going to participate, and I've got info up there if you guys decide to do it yourself, or if you're already doing it, join me as a friend. It's ECV Press. Then we can motivate each other and keep each other going. Stayed up till midnight last night just so I could get a jump on it. Wrote for an hour and a half to make sure that my word count was good before I had to come into work today. So if you're going to be part of it, or if you even just want to know more about it or follow everybody, you can find me at ECV Press at National Novel Writing Month. So came in today, we got our receiving. I had a great breakfast with Ron. We went to Garibaldi's. If you haven't been there, it's on Alta Arden and Howe. They open at 9 a.m. Huevos Rancheros was amazing. Their burritos are really good. Got a really nice hot spicy sauce too if you're into that. So Garibaldi's, Alta Arden and Howe.
Chilaquiles!
Yes, that's what Ron had. He loved it. You should have seen him shoveling it in. So, but let's just get to the comic books. This one we had to do first because it is Uncanny X-Men #1. They've restarted the title. We left, the last issue was 544, where it kind of wrapped things up, introduced Sinister, kind of set things in motion for what's going on here. This one opens up with the schism having taken place. Wolverine's opened the school back at the mansion. Scott still has the island, but the island is no longer the school setting. It is really a training ground now. It's a home for mutants that they intend to keep safe. In so doing, the core team of this book, which consists of Colossus, Magic, they've let her out of the cage. I didn't see that happen, but it must have. Maybe her good behavior in New Mutants got her a little parole. So you got Magic, you got Colossus, you got Danger, you got Namor, you got Emma, you got Scott, you got Storm, and you got Magneto. So a bunch of heavy hitters. They call that team the Extinction Team. And that team is intending to go out when any of the extinction level events happen. So that being said, we open up again in San Francisco. Mr. Sinister makes an appearance. The Dreaming Celestials that first set down in San Francisco back in Eternals with Neil Gaiman writing it is a major factor. And Gillen is doing the writing. Gillen's been writing it for a little while now. You also know him from Thor. Gillen is incredible. Gillen has a way with the characters that you can tell he knows them. He has great dialogue. Storm finally speaks up in here and says something to Scott. First time for everything. They put Storm in a back place for a while when that girl should be leading this team. Uncanny X-Men #1. If you've been following it, it's a good place to go. Like, obviously. If you haven't been, it's a great place to start. But it's also a really fun read, and Pacheco's doing the art. I can't say enough good things about him. Okay, Green Lantern, Red Lanterns. This one has been up and down for people. There's great art. Ed is doing it. Ed Bennis, or if you guys can tell me how to say that if I'm saying it wrong. He's doing the art, and we've got Peter Milligan doing the writing. The first issue set up that the Red Lanterns aren't just this machine, this beast that ravages everything with no purpose in mind. Atrocitus starts trying to figure out what his purpose is, what he's going to do, and where he's going to take the core. Good setup in issue #1. Issue #2 was almost the same thing. It's dragging out a little long, but this one we start to get the payoff. This is where he picks one member of the core to give the intelligence back to take away the bestial side, leave the rage, and just give their mind back to. I wonder who it is. We all knew it was going to be Bleez because she's the only one we care about, and she's the only one we see anywhere except for Dexter. But I like I don't know about you guys, but I like my anthropomorphic animals to not talk, if at all possible. So Bleez gets her sentience. We get Bleez's story, we get her origin, we delve more into her role that's going to be coming with the Red Lanterns, and this leads into the next issue that looks like where things are going to start really moving along. So if you've been hanging in there, if you haven't been enjoying it, give #3 a shot because I think it's going to start answering some questions and set some things in motion for you. Oh, this one I just wanted to give a quick shout out because Diggle, as we know from Daredevil Reborn, and also from his time at DC and Vertigo, such as Losers. He's doing a Marvel miniseries called Six Guns. It's about a Texas Ranger set in the Marvel universe. So you've got superpowers, and you've got this one lone man who is kind of like a Punisher. And it sets him on a mission. I don't want to give too much away because it's one of those stories that's almost like a Pulp Fiction where things just kind of keep happening. But it was a really good read, typical Diggle style. You don't expect what's coming. Real crime, real noir, very set in the modern day world. So we're dealing with a lot of electronics, guns, things like that. Superpowers are there, but it's only going to be there simply because it's the Marvel Universe. So Diggle fans, there's one for you. Pilot season is actually giving us 2 this week. This is the one I keep talking about because I think it's a fun idea. Top Cow does their pilot season, and they give you books with 1 issue. Each week, excuse me, each week we keep getting one. And when they're all out, we get to go online and vote and pick which one we want to become a book. It's always been science fiction, or actually the last few have all been science fiction. This week we take a turn. We've got Flesh Digger, which is pure horror. It gets a little bit violent, a little bit of gore, and so that's perfect for you horror fans. This was another one that was really fun and kind of in the same vein as Six Guns. It is a story about a NASCAR, and I flipped through the first couple pages and I almost didn't pick it up, but then I flipped a little farther and it got me. It's a NASCAR driver who makes a few bad decisions, ultimately loses his freedom, loses his job, loses his family, and he's stuck, cleaning bathrooms. Going from his high-paying job down to the bottom, and he's given the opportunity to bring himself back up and get behind the wheel of a car. Little does he know it's going to be in the same vein as the Diggle stuff with the crimes, the drugs, the girls. So it was a really interesting twist, and it leaves me wanting more. And honestly, out of the other ones, I'm a big sci-fi head. This one might have been my favorite so far. So as we get closer when it's time to vote, if you guys don't care, I'm just going to tell you which one to vote so I can continue reading it. And then hopefully you will, because I really liked that one. It was a lot of fun.
Wow, that's a nice plot.
It was actually really, really good. The art was cool too. It's kind of a scratchy kind of a feel to it, but it really fits. It would have been perfect for a Vertigo title. So this is another one that reminds me very much of Grimm Fairy Tales. For you Grimm heads and for the people who just like some good fun, this is The Legend of Oz Wicked West #1. It's not a Zenescope book. It's a Bad Dog Ink book, and this is the first of them that's coming out. This one is a mixture of obviously the Wizard of Oz, the westerns. It's got a little cheesecake, a little violence. It's like a good action movie. You go in to have fun. This is not going to be winning any Eisner Awards, but you will not be disappointed when you sit down and just have fun with it. And speaking of another fun one, this is the book that IDW is doing 1 a week of. This is going to be a 4-issue story, and it's Jack Avarice is the Courier. You can tell by, I don't know if you can see the artwork well, you can tell by the artwork that it's very much a Campbell-style artwork, very much in the vein of Danger Girl. It's about spies, it's about the Cold War, the old agents who are sitting around, and we're following this courier who's on the job as he's delivering the goods. And ultimately, in between everything that's going on, in between his snappy banter and his quick one-liners, we are introduced to a guy who always wanted to be a spy, somebody whose dreams about it, his life is sitting in a bar behind the bottle. But he gets introduced to this, he gets dragged into it, and it goes from there. So it's just a really fun book, real cheesecakey, real kind of campy, like I said, with all the one-liners and such. But it was really enjoyable, and it's got that Danger Girl feel if you guys are missing something, because we haven't seen anything like that for a while. So that's once a week. And is there anything else? Oh, we've got, just a heads up, well, you'll be getting an email about it. We're going to be doing a food drive on a Saturday with local guests with their comic books here to sell. So more info will come, and I'll give you more on that next week. Do we have anything else? I already did that. Did in the beginning. Thanks for paying attention. I think that's it, guys. Thank you very much. And pumpkins! Pumpkins. We've got 3 pumpkins up to vote on Facebook. Go vote for the ones you want. One particular pumpkin is in a landslide right now. He's taking it. So if you guys who have the other pumpkins want to step it up a little bit, we're waiting. Sorry, that was
Black Friday?
Black Friday. We're gonna have Black Friday sales. More info to come. big top secret stuff. Big top. You can't know, Joy. Thank you.